In an atmosphere filled with terror and chaos, the story began when dragons fiercely attacked the kingdom of Riddle. The kingdom's army was confronting them with all its might, while sorcerers used various methods to hit the dragons and drive them away, but none of the dragons were harmed. The warriors discovered they needed to strike them directly between their eyes, and they almost managed to stab one of the dragons, but it escaped by flying high. At this critical moment, the army commander ordered the soldiers to maintain formation because they needed time for the magical incantation. Suddenly, a massive earthquake occurred, causing the entire army to fear, and then the giant black dragon appeared. This was the second time it had appeared in the kingdom of Riddle. Away from the battlefield, we moved to the prince's palace in the room of Isabel, the prince's daughter. Isabel refused to flee so as not to leave her father and the armies alone, as this would be considered treachery, and she must not abandon her people even if it cost her her life. As the attacks escalated, dragons were savagely attacking the city. Isabel asked her servant Agatha to leave and stay safe, thanking her for all these years of loyal service. But Agatha refused to leave her and said she would accompany her until the end, which made Isabel feel deeply grateful to her. In these tense moments, a boy came rushing and told them that a sorceress from the capital had killed the black dragon, that she was the silent sorceress, and that she had defeated the black dragon alone. This news made Isabel cry with joy, and she almost fell to the ground, but Agatha supported her. But the joy was not complete, as a group of dragons flew over them and completely destroyed the city. Isabel thought they had come to avenge the black dragon, and indeed one of the dragons approached Isabel's palace and attacked her. It was about to kill her, but she was saved just in time by a powerful lightning bolt that hit it. Here we move to Monica, the silent sorceress, who was behind this rescue. Monica used her magic and revealed a magical door and magical spells, and unleashed lightning on the dragons, killing them all. After the battle ended, we moved to Monica's house while she was sleeping at the table with many magical books in front of her. One of her friends came to her and brought her some food, so Monica opened the door for her so she could enter. After she entered, she put the food on the table and told her that the place was a mess as usual, and asked her if these books were important or not, because she wanted to throw them away, but Monica told her they were very important. Then the girl told Monica that 3 months ago, the eastern borders were attacked by dragons, and many winged dragons appeared near the village, including the black dragon. She expected that one of the 7 sages had sent it, and the 7 sages are the best sorcerers in the country, and that the one who sent the dragon was the youngest of the 7 sages, and that the silent sorceress drove them all away because she is the only one who can use magic without incantations, which is a very wonderful thing. After the conversation ended, Monica gave her friend some money, and her friend thought it was too much, but Monica meant this because she brings her what she wants immediately. Her friend was surprised and asked about her job because she has a lot of money, so Monica told her that she works in mathematics. Here came the disturbing development. The friend told her that the person who came to their village also works in mathematics, because he asked about Monica and told her that he was her friend and wanted to meet her, so she showed him the way. This news made Monica tremble upon hearing it. Suddenly, Monica heard his voice, which surprised her. She looked behind her and the person was standing at the door and was about to greet her, but Monica quickly closed the door out of fear. The person opened the door again, and Monica was trembling with fear and trying to stop him. The person, called Louis, asked her to step away from the door, so Monica apologized and moved away from her house door so Louis could enter. Louis thanked Monica's friend for guiding him here, then Monica's friend left. Louis told her that he hadn't seen her for a long time, and he called her by her real name, the silent sorceress of the 7 sages, Lady Monica Everett. After they entered Monica's house, Monica used her magic to arrange her things and put the books in their places. She uses magic without incantations because she is a genius, and the story of Monica's mastery of this magic goes back to the past when she was studying at the Minerva Institute for training sorcerers. Monica was very shy and found it difficult to deal with people, and when she encountered strangers, she would tremble and couldn't speak, and in the worst cases, she would lose consciousness. She couldn't pronounce the magic incantations and was on the verge of failure until she had an idea. If her nervousness prevented her from reciting in front of the examiner, then she suggested to herself that she use magic without reciting the incantations. After that, the genius girl mastered spells without incantations. We return to Monica's present as she continues to arrange things, and she fell to the ground while doing so. Louis saw that she was still wasting her power, so he asked his servant Rin to activate the sound barrier. This surprised Monica after the sound barrier was activated, and she said to herself, if humans could control mana without spells, I wouldn't have had to master magic without incantations. Here, Louis told her that he came to her house because he wanted something from her, and explained that he had been working as a personal guard for the second prince by secret orders from His Majesty the King. Although his loyalty is to the first king, he was assigned to this for some reason, and became suspicious about this matter, but talking about the king's intentions based on his guess would be disrespectful, so he won't tell her more. Louis explained that he was asked to protect the second prince without his knowledge, who is called Felix, and studies at Serendia Academy, a prestigious boarding school. Louis admitted that he could sneak into the academy, but this doesn't seem reasonable because his reputation and good appearance don't suit this kind of disguise. Rin saw this as a kind of arrogance on Louis's part, but Louis didn't care about her opinion at all. Here, Louis presented Monica with a complex magical piece a barrier that combines tracking and communication equipped with danger detection and short-range physical magical defense. Louis was surprised that she knew all this just by looking at it, which confirms her exceptional magical prowess. He told her that this was indeed correct, and that it was a protective magical piece he designed himself. Louis explained that this brooch, in addition to the other one he presented to His Highness Prince Felix, are identical, and it allows him to know the prince's location and track him at all times. Monica asked with concern, "Isn't this spying?" But this was natural for Louis because he was asked to track this person and protect him. Monica thought he would be in trouble if the prince discovered it, but Louis saw that Monica was very serious in her concern. He told her a saying, "What he doesn't know won't hurt him," then explained the frustrating situation he faced. The king gave this brooch to the prince as a gift, but it seems that it broke the day after he took it, and this happened after Louis dedicated an entire week of continuous effort without sleep, rest, or food. All his work disappeared in just one day. When the brooch shattered, Louis couldn't stop laughing at the bitter irony, especially since he had endured being away from his wife just to design this intricate piece. He began to laugh bitterly as he recalled the painful situation. Monica asked with concern, "Is the second prince all right?" But Louis reassured her that he was fine, despite being extremely tired. He explained that when the brooch shattered, the prince gathered his strength and rushed to the academy. When he got there, they told him that nothing important had happened, and that the brooch had broken accidentally. At this point, Louis could no longer contain his anger and crushed the brooch in his hand out of sheer frustration. He asked Monica, "Do you understand what I'm trying to say now?" But Monica didn't understand any of this complexity. Finally, Louis bluntly asked her to go to the academy and protect the second prince, but Monica flatly refused, believing it wasn't her place to do so. However, Louis saw her as the perfect person for the job. She was part of high society, unlike him. Even at formal events, she kept her head covered and her voice low, so no one knew her real face. It would never cross anyone's mind that a simple girl like her belonged to the prestigious Seven Sages, which made Monica feel terrified. Monica tried to object desperately, but Louis refused, explaining that her ability to use chantless magic was perfect for providing secret protection. Monica cried a lot, not wanting this heavy burden. Louis told her firmly that she had joined the Seven Sages 2 years ago, but was still cooped up in this house, buried in paperwork. True, Monica had killed a dragon 3 months ago, but in the past 3 months, Louis had killed 10 dragons, and saw no point in bragging about it. He clarified that she was one of the kingdom's greatest mages because she was one of the 7 sages. He approached her and told her there were tasks that only she could perform. He asked her, "Do you know that or not?" which frightened Monica greatly. She told him she had only joined the 7 sages as a backup, but Louis explained that His Majesty would be entrusting him with the full responsibility of guarding the second prince, meaning she had no choice but to accept the mission. Monica gave in and reluctantly agreed. Louis wanted to tell her some important details, so she listened attentively. He told her that a long time ago, there was a girl with no family in a monastery in the lands of Count Kerbeck. The former Countess Kerbeck saw a resemblance between the girl and her late husband, so she decided to adopt her. The girl was cherished by the former countess and grew up in happiness, and Monica was very moved by this story. But the story didn't end happily. The countess fell gravely ill and passed away. After the girl lost her kind guardian, she was despised by the count's cruel daughter and forced to work as a maid. After the count's daughter was accepted into Serendia Academy, the girl was forced to accompany her as her personal maid, which made Monica feel deeply saddened for the poor girl. But then Louis told her that she would be playing the role of this servant girl, which left Monica in stunned shock. She remained frozen in shock until nightfall, until her cat, Nero, came and started nudging her. She was still in a daze, so the cat batted her a few times until Monica snapped out of her silence. Monica cried because she had to guard the prince and felt she couldn't do it. Nero the cat suggested she simply run away if it was that bad, but Monica expected Louis would find her no matter how she tried to escape. She had seen the hard warts on his knuckles under his gloves before. Nero thought he must be a guardian from the underworld or something like that, but Monica knew he was just very terrifying. Nero told her to look on the bright side, suggesting the prince might be handsome. He told her that he loves books, as stated in a book by Dustin Gunther, so he was well informed on the matter, but Monica didn't know this. Nero asked, "Aren't the 7 sages supposed to attend events? Have you seen him before?" But Monica always keeps her eyes closed at those events. Monica moved to the garden to enjoy singing with the pigs, then went flying with Louis and Ren. Ren told them they would be arriving soon and suggested a revolutionary landing, but Louis saw no need for such a show. They arrived at Louis's house, where his wife, Rosalie, came out and began examining Monica. She saw that she was malnourished and anemic and asked her age. After learning she was 16, she told her she was too thin and quickly took her for treatment. Louis was angry because Rosalie was supposed to welcome her husband first, but for Rosalie, the patient always came first. Afterward, Louis saw that Monica was in good condition and ready to meet the guests. Monica was surprised there were guests, so Louis asked her, "Who are you from now on?" Monica thought the background he had created for her would bother people when they heard it, but Louis told her he heard Count Kerbeck had described it as being like a poem, and that he liked it. He asked her, "Does the name Count Kerbeck sound familiar to you?" She told him it was the name of the region where the dragon she killed had been. Louis explained that this was the region region she had protected 3 months ago by killing the dragon, and the Count had said he would agree to cooperate if it was for the Silent Witch. He asked her to go meet the guests, and there Monica met Isabel. Isabel started making fun of Monica and her clothes, telling her that her name was registered among the lower classes of the Count Kerbeck family, and that this was a great embarrassment to their family. She continued to mock her again, then asked about her tone. "Do you think my voice suits a villainous lady?" She told her she had been practicing to improve her voice every day. Then she welcomed Monica, revealing she was the Silent Witch, and that she had been playing the role of a villainous lady. She introduced herself as Isabel, the daughter of Count Kerbeck, and thanked her for killing the Black Dragon. She was amazed that she had done it all by herself, not only defeating the Black Dragon but also using the wind to carry away the fallen winged dragons to protect the city from harm, and then disappearing without a single word. Louis asked Monica to greet Isabel as well, but she couldn't. Louis explained that she was very shy, but Isabel wasn't bothered by this, saying she knew Monica was stronger and braver than others. She had heard that Monica would be infiltrating Serendia Academy this time, and told her that she would bully her repeatedly and mercilessly so that no one would suspect she was one of the 7 sages. She told her not to worry at all. Monica dreamed of her father when he brought her a measuring tape, and she happily measured everything in the house. Then she woke up from her sleep, found herself in the carriage, and was on her way to the academy to carry out her mission. We then moved to the academy, where Isabel was upset about having to share a room with Monica, believing she shouldn't sleep with someone like her. The academy staff apologized to Isabel for mistakenly thinking Monica was a relative, but earlier on their way, it was Monica who objected to this, stating that she couldn't share a room with anyone. Isabel reassured her that she would resolve the issue as if she were a wicked lady. Back at the academy, Isabel felt shocked in front of the staff, leading the staff to plead with her to calm down, and assuring her he would do his best to solve the problem. Isabel told the staff that the attic room would suit her, but the staff began to think about an available spot. Isabel insisted that if there was no available space, he could put her in the stable, as it didn't bother her at all, which surprised Monica. The staff went to make the necessary preparations immediately. Isabel then looked at Monica and winked at her. We moved to the Council of Students at the Serendia Academy, where Treasurer Aaron was on trial for tampering with the accounting records. The council secretary, Elliot, realized this had happened over 30 times and verified it. The storekeeper, Bridget, also asked if the tampering included the general budget funds. Public affairs officer Neil confirmed after reviewing that it could be around 50 times. The council president, Hofelks, informed Aaron that he was nominated for the student council thanks to a recommendation from the president's grandfather, Duke Cluckford. He feared that his grandfather would lose trust in Aaron's father after this incident, causing Aaron to feel fear and distress, wondering who would bear these costs. Felix told him that his stupidity would tarnish the reputation among Count Steele, but Aaron got very angry, lashed out at Felix, and ordered him to shut up, berating him as just a loyal dog to the Duke by name only. Aaron then attacked Felix, but Cyril intervened, casting a spell that froze him in place and warned him that disrespecting the council president was punishable by death. Cyril then apologized to Felix for overstepping his boundaries, but the council president thanked Cyril for his protection and told Aaron he was suspended until the official expulsion order was issued, shocking Aaron greatly. We moved to Isabel, who was sad because she wanted to stay close to Monica to have tea parties together, but this didn't seem feasible for her mission. Then they observed council members as they were putting Aaron in jail, and he was shouting that he hadn't done anything. Monica knew Aaron because she had met him before at meetings, as did the other council members except Cyril. However, his appearance was very important since he had the student council emblem, and Isabel thought she was very suitable for this secret mission more than him. Next, we go to Monica's class, where teacher Victor introduced Monica to the students, informing them she had just transferred there. He asked Monica to introduce herself, but she felt very nervous as she had to say something. Victor asked her to stand straight, since she was in a prestigious academy with the country's elite, expecting the students to show appropriate behavior and cultural taste. Monica recalled being bullied by her classmates and didn't speak until Victor told her to take her seat. While the students were talking among themselves, Monica felt alone. Then a student named Lana called her and asked why she styled her hair in braids. Monica didn't know any other hairstyles. Lana noticed that the other students were talking about her, making Monica feel very embarrassed. Lana asked Monica about where she grew up. When she learned Monica was from Linek, she got excited and told her it was a big city on the border. She asked what was trendy there, but Monica had no idea. Lana then approached Monica, telling her that lip gloss was the latest rage in the royal capital, which intrigued Monica. They overheard other girls discussing them, and the girls thought that Lana was showing off to Monica because she was rich, while Monica was from the countryside. But Lana didn't care about them and walked away. She then grabbed Monica's hair, untangling it, and asked her not to move, and Monica agreed. Lana styled Monica's hair, and Monica felt a bit anxious until it was done. Lana told her it was easy and asked her to learn it later, then left. Monica Monica looked in the mirror, amazed that she hadn't even thanked her. Monica wandered around the academy, scared of being seen by students, trying to avoid them as much as possible. She remembered Louis's punishment for her, then declared she would do her best to complete her mission, drawing attention to herself. She quickly moved to an empty spot, showing a little food and wondering if it would be enough for her. She moved to a calm and peaceful place until she met Prince Felix, then stepped back to find another place without anyone, not knowing it was Felix. Elliot caught her and told her she had fallen into a trap, asking if that was a weapon, but she told him it was her food, which he didn't believe, thinking no one would put their food in their pocket. He asked which account she worked for, making her follow him to that place, leading to Monica feeling a lot of fear and falling to the ground, dropping her food and in pain from how tightly she was held. Felix asked Elliot to let her go, but Elliot didn't want to and thought she was working with Aaron, but Felix signaled him to be quiet until Elliot finally let her go. Felix then stepped forward and told Monica he heard about a transferred student in the second-year class and asked her if she was the one. Her name was Monica. Monica, feeling very embarrassed, signaled that she was. Felix then told Elliot that she wasn't one of Aaron's accomplices and was merely a little squirrel that lost her way, picking up the acorn from the ground and giving it to her, also apologizing. While Monica was trying to thank him, Felix felt something falling onto them from above, but Monica used her magic to push it away. Elliot quickly went to investigate the matter. Felix then asked Monica if she was okay, but Monica lost consciousness afterward and dreamed of being kidnapped and tortured by thieves. She woke up in panic, and Selma, a health committee representative in her class, came to her and asked if she was okay, because she had heard she had fallen. Selma started checking on her and told her she could return to her dorm once she calmed down. Then Monica returned home, feeling very exhausted, and Nero came to her, asking how it had gone. But Monica thought the situation was impossible. Nero asked her if she had failed from her very first day, and she was close to tears. But Nero asked her to stop so she wouldn't fail next time, suggesting she could play tricks on them with their balls, or something similar. But Monica felt that using mind manipulation magic for such matters would cause memory loss or a state of delirium. Nero felt scared about that, urging her to get over it and try again. However, she had encountered many people today, but she couldn't at least thank them properly. But Nero said he would handle it himself, as he had requested this personally. Monica was surprised he could do that, but Nero transformed into someone else and asked her what she thought of this. Monica was very scared and asked him to return to his original form, insisting she didn't want him like this. But he asked her to just say thank you. She avoided him, scared of him being human. Nero stopped joking with her and noticed a suspicious person outside the window. Monica looked closely and saw he was a stranger in the girls' dormitory. Nero suspected he was targeting the prince. He asked if they should follow him, but Monica told Nero she had met Prince Felix. Then Monica remembered her father in the past and asked him if his research would end once he finished these calculations. But her father hadn't completed the research fully after finishing them, just a small part because it was huge. He told her most people think it's useless. Monica was surprised by this because he had put a lot of effort into it. Then she came back to the present, woke up, washed her face, looked in the mirror, and realized she hadn't taken care of her hair before. She looked at Nero and asked him about something he doesn't consider pointless. Nero asked if they were talking about philosophy, said he knows the word, and asked her to praise him. Monica praised him, and when she did, he told her that praise itself is a useless word to him, but it makes him feel warm and comfortable inside. He said it's better for him to enjoy useless things because life is full of useless things, so why not enjoy them fully? Didn't Dastan Gunther write that in his novel? Monica had barely enough energy to survive, so how could she enjoy something useless? Then she remembered her father's words. The more intense the challenge, the greater the fun, Monica. She realized she had to challenge herself. She went to her class and tried to talk to Lana. Lana was surprised by Monica's appearance and asked what she had done to herself. Monica said she tried to do what Lana did for her yesterday but couldn't. She handed Lana a headband and thanked her for yesterday, but Lana said she didn't need a headband from her. Monica then asked Lana to show her how she styled her hair yesterday. She felt silly for failing at the main point, which made Lana laugh at her. Lana then asked her to sit down, which made Monica happy. Lana started teaching her, and told her that the comb was handmade by an artisan in Anmeal and decorated with small fine gemstones. Then Lana stopped talking and said all her stories are boring, which is why she became a chatterbox and had nothing special to say. Monica got nervous again, but Lana told her the stories were boring again because they only talked about numbers. Lana laughed and said that was weird, and Monica laughed too. Monica looked at her hairstyle in the mirror and was amazed by how beautiful she looked. The braid's position and angle made a big difference, and the amount of hair gathered was good. But Lana told her these things aren't measured by numbers, they're about feeling. She asked Monica to undo it and do it again. Monica asked if she really wanted her to undo such a beautiful hairstyle, which made Lana angry because if she didn't do it herself, she wouldn't learn. Then Elliot entered their class. class, surprising all the students except Monica, who got very nervous when she saw him and immediately hid. Elliot approached her, found her hiding, and said she always hides right away when she sees anyone's face. He said she looked like a shy little squirrel. Monica told him she was human and was very embarrassed and nervous. Elliot then told her to be quiet and follow him. They went to the student council office, where Felix apologized for suddenly summoning Monica and introduced himself as the student council president. Monica remembered Louis telling her this was a stupid way to meet. Monica thanked Felix, which surprised him because he said he hadn't done anything worth thanking for. She mentioned the nut, but Felix told her not to worry about it. Monica asked Felix why he snuck out of the dormitory, which made Felix angry because it was the first time he heard about that. He asked if Monica meant to do it on purpose. Monica said she saw him last night through her room window, but Felix thought she might have seen a suspicious person and asked how he looked. She said she couldn't see his face because of the cloak, but said his build was like Felix's. Felix said that's normal because a lot of people have his build. Monica then explained with evidence and proof that it was him. Elliot said she was truthful in every word, and Felix confirmed that it was definitely him. Elliot thought Cyril would faint if he heard this. Felix thought Monica was a little squirrel who couldn't hurt anyone at all. If she were an assassin, she wouldn't hesitate to do something to her when they were alone, or say so without hesitation. Elliot asked Felix about his explanation for dropping the flower pot on them. Monica guessed it was an accident, but Felix said everything started with the student council treasurer interfering in the budget. To complete the eviction procedures, they decided to lock him up in the student's dorm. Aaron hinted at having a partner in the crime, which had caused him problems before, so Elliot set a trap in the backyard. Monica was shocked when she learned that in their eyes she was an assassin. She imagined Louis telling her that she succeeds in getting things done in unexpected ways. Elliot then turned to Monica and asked if she was Aaron's partner. She told him no. Elliot asked her to find him the real partner, which shocked Monica again. She promised she would, and Felix said he would leave it to her. Monica went to the yard and cried a lot over what had happened. Nero told her she had become a personal bodyguard. He asked if it was a problem to be considered an assassin, which shocked Monica. Monica continued to cry because she desperately wanted to return to her cabin and also saw herself as worthless. Nero asked her if she wanted him to pat her on the back. After she agreed, he climbed onto her and began explaining that she needed to find the person who targeted the prince. Then she moved to where the prince's incident had happened previously and told Nero that she was the one who saved the prince from the fall of the flower pot by using wind magic and that it had been thrown from above. Monica then entered the school, and as she was climbing the stairs, she found a group of girls bullying a girl named Selma for her intense love for Aaron and that Aaron would leave school due to his illness. Monica stopped climbing until Lana came up from behind and urged her to come up with her now. They needed to get past this. Lana grabbed her and they started climbing, while Lana asked them to let them pass. When one of the bullies, named Caroline, saw them, she said, "Isn't that Lana from the newly wealthy Baron family?" and told her she needed to improve her manners, asking if she knew she came from a high-status family. But Lana didn't know that blocking the stairs to chat was rude behavior. She asked Caroline if she'd mind stepping aside a little, retorted that the precious cow moves if you tug on its reins, which angered Caroline for being called a cow and pushed Lana. But Monica was the one who got hurt and fell on the stairs. She thought using magic would look weird, and that a protective barrier around her body would look strange too, and falling would hurt her. But she thought of making the stairs flat so she could roll down naturally, which worried Lana greatly. Then Monica collided with Cyril and apologized to him. Cyril asked if she was hurt, but she apologized again, and he reached out to check on her, noting only a slight redness. Monica was surprised that he wasn't angry and felt a cool mana being released from his fingers, thinking he was unintentional emitting mana. Then Lana approached, but Cyril asked about the commotion. Following that, Caroline and her friends approached Cyril, claiming it was Lana who pushed Monica down the stairs, which made Lana angry as Caroline lied and insisted it was she who did it, with Monica being a victim of it. This led Caroline to continue lying, and she thought that the new wealthy kids had an unbearable audacity, and Cyril knew she was from Count Norn's family and would believe her. Monica then looked at Cyril and thought, when a wealthy, high-status person declares someone to be evil, it becomes a reality. She recalled an old incident and tried to defend Lana so she wouldn't become the villain. She looked at Cyril and told him that she stumbled a little and neglected to be careful, then hurriedly left, leading to Lana's surprise. Then Monica moved to the room from which the flower pot had been thrown and found a girl playing the piano. Monica asked the girl if she could see something outside on the balcony, and the girl told her to hurry. Monica entered the balcony and saw 3 plants and an empty pot and tried to look over but couldn't. Then she stood on the pot and looked at the flower pot that was thrown at Aaron, ensuring this was the spot. While leaning on the balcony, her hands got dirty, but she only had this one pair of socks. The other girl finished playing and told her she had to close the room. Monica then asked the girl if she had the key to the classroom, but the girl told her that if she wanted to reserve the place, she needed to submit a request form to the teacher's room. Monica thanked her. Then, we move on to Felix's room, and asked if Monica appealed to him, but Alton saw that Monica was not a noble in any way. But this was better than both of them intruding and drawing attention to them, and also better than sneaking around alone at night. But Felix didn't want Lord Clockford to interfere, even if they called him the Duke's obedient dog, and most importantly, he didn't want to hear that Felix Arc Riddell was incapable of handling a case of this magnitude. Then Monica came to them and Felix welcomed welcomed her very much and asked her if she had made any progress. Then, she told Felix that she knew the perpetrator. Next, we shifted to Selma again, who was being bullied once more by one of the girls. Eliton then came to the class and approached Selma, asking her to come with him for a minute. They went to Felix's office, where he told her about two incidents, the sign that fell on him and the flower pot as well. He informed her that Monica told him she was responsible for both incidents, shocking Monica, and asked her for an explanation. Monica explained that the site of the sign incident had been cleaned up, but the flower pot had not yet been cleaned. She told him that the pot was thrown from another balcony in the east wing, and all the balconies were decorated with flowers. She started using math again, but was embarrassed when Felix asked her to skip that part. She mentioned that this happened from the 4th floor, and that she had returned from the musical hall at the same time. But Selma told her she only went to water the plants. Monica told her that there wasn't much difference in their heights and that the balcony railing was high enough to prevent anyone from falling. There was also an overturned pot, and it was clear that it was available, but she asked Selma if she thought she stood on it, and Selma told her it just happened to be there. Monica then discovered that Selma was wearing gloves today, but when she met her for the first time in the clinic, she noticed the softness and whiteness of her fingers. The reason she didn't wear gloves that day was to avoid getting them dirty when moving the flower pot. She also told her that she found a pair of dirty gloves in the trash next to the music room, and they were embroidered with her first name's initials, which led Selma to react and admit she was indeed the culprit. She confessed that the flower pot, the sign, and the student council budget were all her doing, and that she had only deceived Aaron. She asked them to have compassion for him and not take him away from someone who had nothing. Selma then left with Eliton, and Monica asked Felix what would happen to her, and Felix told her she attempted to commit royal treason, and all her family would face execution, which worried Monica for her. However, Felix wanted that, but he had another solution, which was for her to withdraw from school, citing illness. Additionally, she was ready to give up everything to care about their matter, which affected her greatly. Then Monica looked at the accounting papers in front of Felix and told him there were many errors in them, which surprised Felix. Felix then asked Monica to help him review the accounting records, and Monica did not object at all, and felt happy since she had missed working with numbers for a long time. Then Felix gave her a huge surprise by appointing her as the treasurer of the student council. Monica lost consciousness when she heard this. Then Monica moved to her room and was still shocked by this news. Nero tried to wake her up, and Monica told Nero that she ended up as the treasurer of the student council. Nero saw that this would make it easier for her to guard the prince, but she lay on the bed and continued to cry. Then Monica remembered an incident that happened to her in Felix's office, and Eliton was surprised about Monica being appointed as the student council treasurer. But Felix asked her to review the last 5 years, and she completed that within 2 hours while he was away from his seat. Felix asked Monica her opinion on the accounts. She hesitated to speak as usual, but Felix asked her to speak, assuring her he wouldn't get angry about her honesty. However, Monica was shocked by the noticeable negligence in managing such a large amount, which made Cyril angry at the way Monica was speaking to the prince. This led to Monica being scared. She then returned to her present feelings and said she wanted to return to her cabin. Next, we moved to Cyril, who was angry about Felix's decision to appoint Monica as treasurer, but he didn't like it due to her way of talking to the prince. He began reviewing Monica's amendments, which greatly astonished him. Then he left the room, but he felt a pain in his head and thought he should go to sleep. The next day, we shifted to Monica's room, where she was drinking her tea and thinking about what would happen next. Then we went to Isabel's room, where she screamed at Monica, smashing cups to play the role of the wicked lady, attracting other girls' attention. She kept hitting the pillow as if it were Monica. After that, she felt she had played the wicked lady role very fittingly and was encouraged by her maid. However, Monica protested against the cup smashing, but Isabel had a box of cups, explaining she only used the slightly broken ones. Then she congratulated Monica on her new appointment as treasurer, got close to her, and asked if she had changed her hairstyle. Monica told her that a girl from her class had done it for her. This impressed Isabel, and she said it suited her very well. She asked her maid to style her hair that way too, but the maid told her that wicked ladies didn't style their hair like that, as the girl they bullied does. However, she would make an effort to do it beautifully during holidays. Then we moved to Monica's class, where Lana approached Monica and asked if she had been appointed as treasurer. However, Monica didn't respond. Lana told her she was not from her group yesterday and that Caroline was the one who did this, but she was the victim and apologized, asking her if she was hurt. Nonetheless, Monica was fine. Then Lana noticed that Monica's hairstyle had come undone, and she needed to redo it for her. Finally, we returned to Felix's office, where he asked Cyril to teach Monica how to perform the tasks of treasurer starting today. Cyril was surprised by this, but he agreed. Monica wondered why Felix asked Cyril himself, but it was because because Cyril was the treasurer before becoming the vice president. He asked her if she wanted to learn from him directly, but Monica preferred someone her own age. Then Felix told her that Cyril would be the one training her, which shocked her. Cyril and Monica then moved to an office alone, and Cyril told Monica that the treasurer would be busy at the beginning and end of the month. He asked her not to overlook any of the points he included. Monica then sneezed, and Cyril thought the room was a bit cold, so he opened a window and gave her a scarf to put around her neck. Monica told herself that the place felt cold because Cyril was releasing energy from his body. Then she asked him if these were the accounting documents he reviewed. He told her that his advisor, Mr. Thornley, would handle reviewing them, so he was keeping them. Monica apologized to Cyril, and he asked why she was apologizing. She told him that reviewing the past accounts added a lot to her burdens. But for Cyril, that wasn't an additional burden, it was just work that needed to get done. He asked her why she was so tense, saying that she had gained the prince's trust through her competence, and that her work was exceptional, so she should hold her head up high and be proud. But she apologized again because she couldn't be proud or hold her head up. Then Cyril told her about the incident that happened on the stairs, and that he had questioned the students who were nearby and figured out what happened. He found out that the culprit was Caroline, who had received a severe warning and would be issuing a written apology. She asked him if he had really questioned them, but to Cyril, it seemed normal to understand the situation objectively. He told her that her evasive behavior delayed discovering the truth. Then he asked her if she could hear him, and she started hesitating in her speech, which increased her discomfort. Night fell, and Cyril's help to Monica delayed him a lot. He needed to get those accounting documents to Mr. Thornley quickly. Louis's maid came to Monica in the form of a bird, then transformed into her normal self to deliver a message from Louis. He was going to be a father. This greatly upset Nero, who didn't want to hear it. Rin continued, saying that Louis was flying with joy, which surprised Monica, who was unfamiliar with the phrase. Rin explained she had read the expression in a book and wanted to use it. She then handed Monica a paper message from Louis. He had asked Monica to write down information about her mission on paper because she had difficulty conveying information verbally, and to give it to Rin. Then, Rin looked behind her and told Monica about a large amount of ice appearing behind the boys' dormitory. The scene shifts to Cyril, who is on his way to see Thornley. He has to tell him about the person responsible for falsifying the financial records. However, the mana inside Cyril overflowed, causing him severe pain and creating a large amount of ice. Monica, Rin, and Nero moved to the forest. Nero thought this didn't bode well. The mana continued to pour out of Cyril in a condition called mana hyperabsorption, where the body absorbs mana beyond its capacity. Monica thought that those who suffer from this condition usually wear magic tools to help them discharge the excess mana. She remembered the brooch on Cyril's neck. Rin saw that the brooch was being supplied by the surrounding mana, but Monica believed they had to do something because it was malfunctioning. Nero rushed forward, climbed the ice, and grabbed the brooch with his mouth, trying to pull it off, but he was struck by a blow that sent him flying back. Cyril told them to stop, but Rin saw he was losing consciousness, though he was still resisting. Monica approached him, but Cyril kept repeating that he wouldn't hand it over because it was a promise to his father. Monica was hit by several blades, but managed to destroy them instantly. She then revealed her magical power. Cyril remembered his father and didn't want to let go of the brooch at all, which caused the mana to cover him. However, Monica succeeded in completely melting the ice using her power. Cyril looked at Monica and imagined she was his mother. He then remembered being with his mother at the cemetery to visit his father. One day, he was running to tell his mother something that he was going to be adopted by a family, but his mother told him he was the son of a nobleman. He returned to the present and saw Monica with the brooch in her hand. He demanded she return it immediately because it was very important. Monica walked up to him, placed the brooch on his chest, and Cyril lost consciousness. Rin and Nero approached them, and Rin was impressed by what Monica had done. Monica said she had added a protective spell to the brooch, so there was nothing to fear now. Nero wondered if all of this was necessary. Monica expected his condition to be something of a burden, but if he used it well, it could become a source of real power. Monica wanted Cyril not to consider it a curse. She then asked Nero to take care of Cyril while she and Rin left, as she had discovered that Cyril's previous condition wasn't mana poisoning, but rather symptoms of genuine manipulation. She recalled the arrests of Aaron and Selma. She went to Thornley's house. When Thornley came out, he was surprised to see Monica and asked if she had forgotten the curfew and that it wasn't allowed to go out without prior permission. But Monica cut him off and asked what he was going to do with this. She said if he intended to replace it, it was useless, as she had memorized all the numbers in the documents she reviewed. She remembered that while reviewing them, the financial records had been messy for a long time, but 5 years ago, the forgery methods had become more sophisticated and the amount of embezzled money had also increased. This began the year Thornley became an advisor to the student council. Thornley attacked Monica, grabbing her and throwing his papers to the ground. He told her that magic research required a lot of money. He then used several spells until a power appeared from his hands. Monica realized he was now trying to manipulate her mind. Thornley placed his hands on Monica's head and told her to erase what she had seen from her memory, but Monica saw that this was far from perfect. Monica also thought that mind manipulation magic required complex and precise magical formulas, and that a magic formula as full of flaws as this was far from ideal. Monica then used her power, pushing Thornley away from her, which astonished him. Monica was rewriting Thornley's Thornley's magic formulas, turning them into a swarm of butterflies. This annoyed Thornley because each butterfly contained a magical formula. Thornley remained amazed by Monica's power and how she could do this without chance. The butterflies then completely surrounded Thornley, hiding him and blocking his vision. Monica told him the effect would last for 24 hours and that he would lose consciousness inside. Thornley was transported to the school, his mind manipulated. He wondered why he was there. He had a book in his hand and told himself that he had to return these modified documents to the student council. He thought Cyril realized he had tampered with them just by looking at the handwriting and that erasing memories wasn't enough. He might have to resort to brainwashing. Then he wondered about the student council president. A small pig appeared, holding the book, and Thornley wondered what the pig was doing there. The pig then multiplied. Thornley and the pigs moved to another place where Monica was singing her favorite song. The pigs began to multiply around Thornley, getting very close until he fell to the ground and was covered by them. We returned to Monica, with Thornley lying unconscious on the ground in front of her, his mind manipulated. But Monica was scared, wondering what she should do. She thought it was over for her because she had used mind manipulation magic. She started looking around and said to him, "Forbidden," and cried. Rin appeared and told her to leave it to her. She told her that Louis would probably torture him, but she meant he would interrogate him first and then do something based on his answers. Rin asked Monica what she did to Thornley. Monica told her he was in a dream involving a beautiful sequence of numbers. A few days later, we moved to the school and to Monica's class. Everyone was talking about what happened to Thornley. Lana then saw that Monica's braid was starting to come undone. Monica knew Lana was right because she had trouble doing it herself. Lana then whispered to Monica that one of the 7 sages was the one who arrested Thornley, which surprised Monica. Lana thought the one who did it was Louis Miller, the Sage of Barriers, and that she had seen him in the royal capital and he was amazing. Lana continued talking about the 7 sages and began naming them in order for Monica. Monica interrupted Lana's talk and told her she had done what she could to fix the braid, and Lana told her she did a good job. We then moved to Felix's office, where he asked if Cyril had also recovered. The lizard told him that he had indeed recovered and that his condition was caused by mana poisoning. It seems someone had carried him to the boys' dorm. Nero was in his human form, but Felix wondered who did it. The lizard then transformed into a human named Wildiano and told Felix that suspicious incidents have been happening recently and they haven't really identified the person responsible, but Felix guessed he was talking about Monica. Felix asked Wildiano if he was worried about her appointment as treasurer, even though she doesn't seem like an ordinary person, and that he saw she didn't fall into the trap he set for her, as she hadn't touched the keys to the valuable materials in the student council. Wildian had been watching her in the body of a lizard. Felix then thought she was a spy sent by Duke Clockford, a guard sent by His Majesty, or perhaps an assassin targeting his life. However, Wildian told him not to joke about such things. Felix's life was only important until the next king's coronation, and he asked to be left to enjoy himself a little. We then shift to Monica, who was continuing to write the financial records. She felt sleepy and thought it was no wonder, as she had used a lot of mana and her blood sugar must be low. She fell asleep. Then, Cyril came in and was surprised to see her sleeping, but he didn't wake her. He took the pen from her to put it back in the inkwell and looked at her hands, seeing they were very small. He remembered when she placed the brooch on his chest and almost took her hand, but Felix came up to them. He greeted Cyril and saw that he had fully recovered. Cyril, however, justified to Felix that it wasn't what it looked like and that Monica was just asleep in the Holy Student Council room. Cyril immediately tried to wake her. When she woke up, she told Cyril he wasn't cold anymore, which was reassuring. Then, Felix fed Monica some food, which he found funny because she moved her mouth in her sleep. He asked Cyril if he wanted to try feeding her, but Cyril declined. Monica then dreamed that Louis would be angry if she didn't finish writing the reports. She then had a wonderful idea and wrote to him. Returning to the present, she thought Louis was carrying her, not Cyril, and congratulated him on his wife's pregnancy. Was she that deep in sleep? This angered Cyril, but Felix told him he should take responsibility as he ought to. Cyril, however, explained that it was a misunderstanding and she was just talking nonsense in her sleep. Monica continued to talk, asking him what gift he wanted as a congratulation. We then shift to Louis, who was reading Monica's letter. She congratulated him on his wife's pregnancy and said she would gift him math books for the baby. As for the mission, a lot had happened, and it ended with her becoming the student council treasurer. Louis did not like Monica's letter. Rain asked Louis if something was wrong, but no matter how many times Louis read it, only the first part was good. He thought she deserved praise for being the first to congratulate him, but what was this report? Joining the student council was an exceptional achievement, and he hadn't expected it, yet she just summed it up with, "A lot happened." He burned the letter, thinking there really was a limit to how bad she was at accepting praise. Rain served Louis a drink, and told him that Monica was not assigned to guard the second prince, but Louis asked Rain to tell him her opinion. Rain said that the magical barrier piece she had stayed up all night making was easily easily shattered by the second prince. And so, Louis began to seethe with anger, now venting his frustration on the shy Monica. Louis asked Rain what she thought. Rain had heard he was a troubled person who enjoyed bullying the weak. Louis, however, thought everyone misunderstood him. Rain was surprised by this, but Louis told her it wasn't that simple, and that bullying the strong was more fun than bullying the weak. He sweetened his cup, and Rain thought Louis enjoyed bullying Monica because she was weak, believing she had become one of the 7 sages as a last resort. Louis, however, thought that during the interview, she seemed to have suffered acute shortness of breath due to stress, which caused her eyes to roll back and she fainted. He wondered what the truth really was. Louis then boasted that he was a special kind of genius, and since he was Louis, the barrier mage, he would tell her one thing for sure. Monica was a monster. Rain asked Louis if Monica was stronger than him. Louis turned to her and asked, "Who knows?" But he realized that His Majesty's true intention was to secretly monitor the second prince, because he was a competent man who had gained the trust and respect of nobles, both inside and outside the country. He also had the support of Duke Clockford, the most powerful noble in the country. It was understandable that he was seen as a future king, but he remained an enigma. The second prince was a very cunning person who couldn't be outmaneuvered with direct methods, which is why he wanted to bully the strong. Rain thought he wanted to bully Monica and Felix at the same time. She now understood and would revise her assessment of Louis to a troubled person who enjoys bullying the strong. We shift to the school, to the student council room. A pile of books was in front of him. He discovered that dealing with the aftermath of Thornley on a daily basis was extremely frustrating. He was also reviewing some financial records. Cyril thought that after Aaron's actions and Thornley's arrest, trust had been greatly shaken, and they must now be more careful and do their duties diligently. Felix saw that Cyril was right, and asked Monica to take this into consideration. He asked if she would go greet the club presidents on his behalf. This upset Monica, who thought inwardly that it was impossible. Felix handed her the papers. While Monica was reading the papers, Cyril pulled them from her and told her he would accompany her because, after observing Monica's usual work, he was sure she was qualified to be the new treasurer. Everyone was astonished. Cyril asked her if she wouldn't object to this task as well. Monica, however, told him she would do her best, looking very flustered. Cyril then told her they should go now, and they left. We moved to the city, and a giant monster appeared there. Monica was using a viewing spell to see the monster clearly, because it was far from her. Nero was also with her, and felt angry about the dragon's appearance because it would ruin his request for food from the shops. Then one of the wizards appeared and directed a strike at the monster, but was surprised that the monster wasn't affected at all. He was able to dodge the monster's strike and flew high up. We moved to Nero, and Nero asks why doesn't this wizard attack from the sky? But Monica thought that using 2 spells at the same time is difficult. But Nero told Monica that it's not difficult for her at all. Then we moved to the wizard again and he used a spell again to eliminate the monster, but this time Monica helped him from a distance. Then the wizard directed a strike at the monster, and when smoke appeared, Monica used her spell and fired at the monster, which led to eliminating it. This led the city guards to approach the wizard to thank him, but the wizard told them that this was a lucky strike for him. Then Monica asked Nero to move his head away from her because it's heavy. Then Nero told Monica that he carried her the whole way and asked her to reward him by getting him food. He wanted to eat chicken. Monica asked if the shops are open now, but the shops had opened and Nero saw that humans are tougher, but Monica sees herself as not tough at all. But Nero grabbed Monica and asked her if she doesn't notice that she's no longer afraid of him when he's in his human form and that she's now tougher than before. Then we moved to the school to the teacher's room, and there was one of the teachers who thought she had become responsible for the class that teacher Thornley was teaching because he was arrested. But one of the staff members appeared to them and announced the joining of a new teacher named William, who is a water bite wizard and will be their new professor in magic basics starting today. William welcomed them. Then the staff member continued talking about William's achievements, and one of his achievements was that the Silent Witch and the Barrier Wizard were his students before joining the 7 Sages, but William saw that the honorary professor position he had was a source of great boredom. Then we moved to Monica. Neil asked Monica if she had decided on her elective subjects, but Monica hadn't done this yet. But Elliot thought that arts are among the finest activities for nobles and asked Monica if she can play a musical instrument. But Monica can't do this. And here Elliot thought that drawing is the best choice for Monica. Cyril said that he was assigned to the Advanced Practical Magic Applications class, because magic is also among the finest noble activities. There was a clash between Elliot and Cyril about this, but Felix told Cyril that his voice is beautiful in singing, which embarrassed Cyril, and he asked Felix when did he hear him singing. Felix heard him when Cyril was alone in the records room, and that he was skilled, and asked him to let him hear his singing sometime later, which led to Cyril's refusal, saying he went to get some papers but he's escaping. Felix told Elliot that he can also play the violin, and that he asked him to let him hear his playing alongside Cyril sometime too, but Elliot asked Felix to excuse him from this. Then Felix asked asked her opinion about her elective subjects being magic. He thought it's somewhat like mathematics, but Monica couldn't reply. But she remembered Louis when he told her if he asks her a question and she can't reply, tell him she'll think about it. Felix asked her again if she wants him to show her the nature of the class tomorrow. Monica replied, okay, I'll think about it. And Felix told her he'll pick her up from class tomorrow, which shocked Monica. The next day, Monica was with Felix, and Felix told Monica that this academy is special regarding magic. Monica asked Felix if he practices magic, but Felix doesn't have any talent for magic. Then Neil and his new friend saw Prince Felix in the hallway, and Neil's friend was very surprised to see the prince and introduced himself to him, saying his name is Glenn, and he's in the same class as Neil. The prince also introduced himself to Glenn, and they shook hands with each other. Monica also introduced herself, and Glenn grabbed her to shake her hand, but very strongly. Then Glenn showed roasted chestnuts and gave them to Felix and Monica as a token of friendship, but Neil was annoyed by Glenn's behavior and asked him to show some respect. Then Felix said he heard about an earth dragon appearing in Creamy, and it seems a passing wizard defeated it, and asked him if he was involved in this. But Glenn told him he wasn't involved in this at all, which surprised Monica because he was the one who faced the monster. Then Glenn asked Monica what elective subject is she attending. As usual, Monica couldn't speak, and Felix told them he brought Monica to see Magic Basics. Glenn and Neil were going there too. Then they moved to the Magic Basics room, and Monica thought no one would recognize her in this place. But William, the new magic teacher, appeared to her, which shocked her, and she remembered her past with him. Then Felix told the teacher that he brought the students here to take a look, but William asked about the number of beginners because his eyesight is weak. When he learned they were only 3, he asked them to sit wherever they wanted. Monica was amazed that he didn't recognize her. Then William explained to the students about 3 important points that make a wizard skilled, and Monica felt very embarrassed. Then William explained to them that mathematics is also very important. The wizard and they can, through it, cast a spell without chance. And there's an example of this, which is the Silent Witch, which led to Monica's shock once again. Then William explained to them the last point of the 3, which is mana manipulation, and that if a person among them enjoys this technique, they can use magic even if they don't understand the magical formulas well, although the quality might be low. Then he asked them to take a look at this mana measuring device, and the blue color appeared to them, which indicates that his preferred element is water. He told the students that now it's their turn, and Glenn got excited because he wanted to test if his mana exceeded 150 he would join the 7 sages, but Neil strongly refused this because he doesn't have the power. Monica said to herself that the last time she measured her power it was 202 and she's still growing. Neil placed his hands and he had a mana level of 96 and his preferred element is earth. William told him that this isn't bad at all, which made Neil feel happy about this. Monica was hiding so she wouldn't do this, but Glenn stepped forward, but Monica tried to leave the class, but William asked her to stop and asked her if he knew her before. But on the other side, he almost broke the mana measuring device, and Glenn told William that the device was broken, which made William busy with the device, and Monica escaped immediately. Then she stopped and asked why Glenn's power exceeded 250, and that there are only 2 of the 7 sages who possess this level of mana. Then she heard a sound coming from the adjacent room and went to check the room and saw a group of young people playing chess. Then Elliot appeared beside her and welcomed her and asked her if she likes chess, but Monica denied that she doesn't know him at all, but Elliot told her not to hesitate and held her to teach her. Then they prepared to play with each other, and Monica asked Elliot what he does to win. This made Elliot laugh, and told her she just needs to take her opponent's king, and told her that this game is like waging wars. Monica wondered, since it's like waging wars, then which piece resembles a wizard soldier? Elliot told her it could be the bishop piece, because warrior monks used magic in the old days. But Monica started asking strange questions which surprised Elliot, but Elliot told her that all this isn't taken into consideration in the game. But Monica thought that on the battlefield in this simulated war is just a flat surface. This surprised the other players with her intelligence. Monica saw that the goal is to defeat the king, and Elliot confirmed this to her. Monica thought this was very easy, and everyone paid attention to her in the game. Then Elliot asked her to play, and Monica wondered if it's okay if she made the first move, right? Elliot discovered that she learned that the advantage goes to whoever starts first. Then Monica began and started playing against each other, and everyone was watching them and waiting for the winning result. Elliot asked himself, how did Monica do this? And that his position is something indeed. Then he thought he could win with the castling move, but Elliot didn't tell her about this move. While he was making this move, his hands were trembling, but Monica made a positive move. Elliot told her that this move is called castling, and it's only done if the king and rook haven't moved before and there's no piece between them. But Monica told him she lost because it's impossible to win if castling is an official move. Then she apologized because she thought it was easy, and that facing a human opponent means there are many variables. Then the chess teacher came forward and asked Monica her name, but she stumbled again in pronunciation. Then Elliot introduced Monica to the teacher and that she's with him in the student council. Then the teacher held Monica's hand to remember her and asked her to join this class. Then night fell, and we moved to Monica's room. Nero asked Monica, which class will you choose? But Monica was in shock about her situation, and Nero directed strikes at her to wake her up. But Monica said it's impossible for her to join the basic magic class because teacher William is the one who teaches, but she must choose 2 classes. Nero saw that Monica is difficult to handle and asked her if he should pat her with his paws. She asked him for this a lot. Then we moved to the student council room, and Monica was very happy because of her chess practice. Elliot asked Cyril what he drew, but Cyril told him it's a bull and wheel very clearly. Then Monica approached them and asked them what they're talking about. Then Cyril asked Monica to make Elliot see the merchant's logo. Then Elliot asked Monica, does this look like a bull? This embarrassed Monica, and she apologized. Elliot thought this was the truth, and Cyril said that Felix was able to figure this out. Then Monica showed him Abbott Company's logo, and that she saw it 2 days ago on a list. Cyril saw that his bull is missing a tail, but Elliot thought what Cyril is missing is the drawing talent itself, but Elliot now knows what it looks like. Then Elliot told Monica that the merchants will arrive soon and asked her to accompany him. Then Monica accompanied Elliot, and Cyril was watching them, but his friend noticed he's very careful. Then Elliot and Monica moved to meet the merchants, but Elliot felt disappointed because he didn't confess to Monica about the castling move in chess. When he was about to apologize to her, Monica noticed that Abbott Company's logo was different on the carriages. Elliot asked Monica if she was wrong, but Monica doesn't forget anything she saw before, and the bull is also missing a tail. But Elliot asked Monica to call the guards and that he would buy time. Meanwhile, on the other side, one of the thieves was approaching him with a knife. Monica hesitated about this, but Elliot told her he's a noble, and his duty is to protect the common people. Then the thief showed his weapon, and Elliot attacked him, but Monica acted quickly and cast magic on the horse, which led to striking the thieves through the horse, and she succeeded in eliminating them. But the horse almost collided with Elliot, but he avoided this. Then Elliot asked Monica to dodge the horse, but the horse passed quickly by her side, which made Monica feel very afraid. Then the horse came back again, but one of the female students mounted it and succeeded in controlling it, and made the horse feel reassured. After that, the thieves were tied up and kept in the warehouse, and Elliot went to call the guards and asked them to stay in their place. Then Monica thanked the girl for helping her. Then the student introduced herself as Casey, and she's in her 3rd year. Then Monica introduced herself too, and Monica felt annoyed when the horse made a sound near her, but Casey calmed the horse again and asked Monica if she wanted to try, but she must pat it first. Then Monica patted the horse and apologized to it because she heard it before. Asked if she likes horses, but Casey asked her not to talk to her so formally and asked her to call her Casey. Then she told her she loves horses, and told her that in her hometown she used to help load animals on carriages like in the old Sam Pig song somewhat, and told her she might not know it, and it's a children's song about animals. But Monica knows the song well, and it contains beautiful number sequences, which made Casey laugh a lot, and she couldn't believe she would meet someone who knows this song. Then she told her she doesn't get along with the rest of the students here because she's just a rural noble who goes hunting. Then she asked Monica to accompany her and they rode the carriage. Then she asked her to open her eyes, which amazed Monica a lot. Casey asked Monica if she likes horses, but Monica thinks horses are very beautiful. Then Casey asked Monica if she wanted to join the horse riding class, but Monica's physical strength is very bad. But Casey told her that the teacher said beginners are welcome, and she'll get teacher Casey as an additional teacher if she joins them. Monica was very hesitant and she wanted to try something new. Monica asked Casey, do you think I can ride horses? Then we moved to Monica's room. Nero asked Monica what happened. He noticed she's very tired today, but Monica didn't answer him because she's sleeping from exhaustion. But Nero didn't expect she chose chess and horse riding. We moved to the teacher's room, and the dance teacher was in big trouble because she thought the academy students were good at dancing. Then we moved to the dance hall where Monica was dancing with Glenn, but she was very scared. Glenn thought the rhythm was slow, and they should speed up a bit, so he increased their movement speed until Monica left Glenn and felt very dizzy. Then Neil asked them to do something before the retest. Casey said they would switch partners so they could master the dance steps, and she chose to be with Glenn, which excited Glenn, but Neil asked who would play music for them. Then Lana appeared and told them she would play, which surprised them. Glenn asked Monica, "Is she your friend?" Monica confirmed that she was. Lana stepped up to them and told Glenn that his wonderful girlfriend had intervened to help, so he should thank her. We returned to the dance teacher heading to the dance hall, wondering if the students had mastered the dance or not. The teacher approached the hall, saw them dancing, and felt happy. Then we moved to Felix's office. Felix asked Neil if Monica could pass the makeup dance test. Neil thought it depended on how hard they trained. Cyril told Felix that if even kind-hearted Mywood says this, it must be a huge disaster. But Felix was confident in her success, and told Cyril there was no need to worry. Felix then approached Monica, and told her she would dance up to his expectations. Monica told him she would first analyze the musical rhythm, and match it to her steps. It was time to start analyzing the dance. Cyril told Monica to move her body instead of her mind. Then we moved to Monica's room. She was lying on the bed, and Nero was on top of her, patting her back. Nero thought the dance competition was won by whoever stepped more on their partner's feet, but Monica told him that was wrong and not in any book. Nero remembered a book, and said Julia surrendered herself to Bartholomew's lead, and to the music, and their hands were entwined, and they moved at the beat of their hearts, meaning they were stepping on each other's toes, which made the scene very different in Nero's view. He told Monica she had no choice but to master the dance because the prince's expectations were high. Monica remembered her father in the past when he told her he wanted to rise to meet everyone's expectations. He told her the human body consists of enormous numbers, and if he could analyze the formulas that make a human, he could save many suffering from diseases, so he had to work very hard. This amazed Monica. When Monica's father fulfilled everyone's expectations and treated many illnesses, a fire broke out. She returned to the present and told herself she had discovered magic without chance while trying to meet others' expectations. After thinking a moment, she decided it was better if nobody expected anything from her. Then she remembered meeting Felix and her happy moments, and wished she could be alone in a cottage full of numbers. She sat on the bed. Nero was surprised and asked, "Monica, what's wrong?" Monica wanted to train more in dancing. Nero turned into human form and asked if she needed any help, but Monica thought Nero didn't know anything about dancing. Still, Nero danced with her and asked her to prepare for intense training. Then we moved to Monica's special class. She felt pain all over her body and told herself Nero was really good at dancing, but she had teased him by stepping on his foot a lot yesterday and thought he might not want to train with her again. The teacher told the students about group divisions for the tea party, and that this assignment was mandatory like the pair dance, asking them to do their best to pass it. Monica went to Isabel for help. Isabel was ready and told Monica she would help her pass the course, which made Monica grateful. But Isabel told Monica that tea is a matter of personal taste. There's no single correct way to prepare it, though there's one thing to definitely avoid. Monica asked what that was. Isabel said her duty was not to prepare the same type of tea that someone else brings to the party. Monica asked if she could check what teas the others would bring. Monica said at her table were Lana, Casey, and another girl she didn't know, which would make it hard to know what they'd prepare. Worrying Monica, she asked what to do, but Isabel told her not to worry. Whatever noble rival attends, she'll ensure the tea made for Monica is perfect, which made Monica very happy. Monica went to the kitchen to make tea, but was very nervous and tried to remember how Isabel acted. She thought she couldn't handle any of them until Casey came over. Casey asked Monica if she had prepared her tea leaves. Monica said of course, and Casey confirmed she had. They looked at the servants and said everyone asked their maids to prepare the tea, and Casey asked Monica if they should prepare theirs together. Casey put her slip under her tea and asked Monica if she wanted one. Monica did the same. Casey told Monica that no one would mistake the tea's owner if they put this slip on it. Casey urged Monica to hurry, so they wouldn't receive sarcastic comments from Claudia. Monica asked Casey if she meant the other girl at today's tea party, and what her personality was. Casey answered that Claudia was very smart and read all the time. They called her the traveling library. We moved to Monica's tea table with her friends. After the tea was served, Claudia asked them to enjoy it, but Monica thought to herself that Claudia was different from the other mean noble women Isabel had warned her about. When Casey tasted the tea, she liked it, asked what kind it was. Claudia replied that it was the most popular thing in the country and asked if there was any point in asking. Lana said she liked adding milk to tea, asked if she had any, but Claudia told them these leaves don't mix with milk, and asked if Lana's taste was so terrible she couldn't tell, which shocked Lana. At another table, a group of girls felt jealous of Monica's presence in the student council. One of them remembered being scolded by Cyril before, when Monica threw someone down the stairs and threatened her angrily. Casey brought her tea and told Lana it mixes with milk, and Lana asked Casey to give her some. Then it was Lana's tea's turn. When they tasted it, they liked it a lot. Casey told her it tasted very refreshing, and that Lana had requested the best of this season's tea with special delivery. Claudia thought starting with strong flavors ruined the palate. Monica wondered if she had chosen a light tea for the first cup to preserve their sense of taste. Claudia told them that Ferendia Gold was the most expensive tea this season, and while it would be the best choice for a gathering of noblewomen to enjoy, it wasn't appropriate for a party like this, because others might see it as an insult. Casey didn't consider that an insult, and asked Monica for her opinion. Monica also thought it wasn't an insult, but Claudia said she expected that answer, since the question was from her friend, which made Monica nervous. Lana got angry at Claudia because she only spoke in sarcastic phrases. She told her she was the most annoying and didn't fit the mood. Claudia asked Lana, "Do you deserve someone wasting their words on you?" Then she asked her, "Do you know the Silent Witch?" She told her that the Silent Witch perfected magic no chance at 15, and that she developed many spells through signs, like not attending any academic lecture and not uttering a single word at any party. She appointed one of the 7 sages to speak on her behalf. Monica told herself that she really did that and made Louis speak for her because she had been feeling nervous. Then Claudia asked Lana, "Did you read her essays?" and said it would give you an idea of her personality if you did, that she was very smart and wise and must have realized the value of silence. But Monica told herself she wasn't wise or smart at all, just a shy introvert. Then Lana asked Claudia if she meant that smart people don't pay attention to fools. Claudia said, "If you think about it, the Silent Witch's real name is Monica Everett, and it's a little similar to Monica Norton." She told her she hadn't said a word since she arrived here, and Claudia asked Monica, "Don't you speak because you don't want to waste your words on fools?" Monica hurried off to get her special tea, and we moved to the kitchen. Monica wondered if Claudia had noticed she was the Silent Witch. Claudia said she mentioned it casually, she thinks. Monica started looking for her special tea, but it wasn't there. She found it in the trash bin. Then Casey came to her and asked, "What is this? Who did this?" She also asked if Monica had a backup tea. Monica cried and said she didn't. Casey suggested she use her own tea instead of nothing, but Monica thought that serving the same tea someone else had served would be deceitful. Casey didn't care about that. The main thing was the tea party should be tasty and fun. Monica left immediately. Back at the table, Lana started eating cake and looked at Claudia, thinking Claudia considered herself unfit for this party, and that Lana wanted her friends to drink only the finest teas. Casey almost told Lana what had happened, but Monica returned carrying drinks for them. She hadn't brought tea, she served coffee, and told them starting with strong flavors can ruin your taste. But since it was the last option, this coffee tasted delicious. They tasted the coffee. Casey asked if drinking coffee was always that easy. Lana said there was no strange aftertaste or acidity. Monica told them the longer you brew coffee, the stronger its flavor, and using this pot you could brew it faster. Claudia said serving something unexpected isn't bad, but isn't this a tea party? Drinking something other than tea seems out of place. Monica thought the same, but wanted to share what she loved with them, even if it didn't exactly fit the mood. Lana drank the coffee, surprising Casey, who asked Lana what she was doing. Lana really liked Monica's coffee. They finished the tea party, and Casey told Monica she now had to pass the dance test. Monica got nervous again and asked what she should do. Casey said she'd help and support her again. They entered the ballroom. Felix was inside with Cyril. Felix told Monica he wasn't cruel enough to pin all his hopes on her and then abandon her. Cyril told her to be grateful for the boundless generosity of His Highness the Prince, but Felix said he hadn't invited him in the first place. Cyril said he's Felix's personal assistant. Felix asked Cyril if he'd finished all his work today and didn't want to attend Monica's practice from the start, which embarrassed Cyril a lot. Lana thought it was amazing. Cyril told Glenn that his dance performance was very weak and asked to watch him dance. He stepped up to Monica and asked her to dance with him. Lana started playing music, and Cyril and Monica began to dance, astonishing everyone. Monica was surprised by Cyril's skill too. After they finished, Cyril asked Glenn if he had seen how to lead a lady, but Monica told Cyril she was reassured because he went back to his usual self. Cyril asked Monica what she meant. He said in partner dancing everything depends on the man's skill in leading. Felix told Glenn to learn the leading style from Cyril and that he'd take care of Monica. Felix reached his hands out to Monica, but she hesitated to take them, so Felix thought she didn't want to dance with him. Monica told him she really did and asked him to lead her like Cyril. Felix took Monica's hands, but she froze in place. Felix told Monica she danced naturally with Cyril. He began moving and dancing to Lana's playing. While they danced, Felix asked Monica not to focus on the steps now and to walk naturally while talking to him. Monica wondered what she should do. Felix asked Monica, "Did your friend style your hair today?" Monica answered, "She did it herself and bought a new comb." Felix asked what kind of comb. Monica said Lady Colette picked it for her and that its handle was engraved with a flower. Monica looked at the prince's engraving and saw it was beautiful up close and could be used as a reverse barrier. Usually those barriers are weak, but with a multifaceted use. They finished dancing and everyone cheered. Casey saw it was amazing and that she had learned the dance quickly and mastered it. Neil said it was the best performance ever. Felix told Monica she usually overthinks, but if she enjoyed talking instead, she'd stop overthinking and relax, which would allow her partner to lead the dance. Monica wondered, was I even dancing? Felix told her she danced skillfully. Monica told Felix that the engraving on his brooch reflected light beautifully, and that made her gaze at it and stop thinking about unnecessary things, which shocked everyone. Felix asked Monica, "Is talking to me an unnecessary thing, Monica?" Monica got nervous again but didn't mean it that way, and she told him she danced well thanks to his brooch.